yesterday. Once upon an everyday before, we were told the way it is. We were told the way to live. You don't need to run away. You don't need to change your name, no. Cause all that history is an old philosophy. It's never gonna be the right time. You're never gonna be the right kind. It's never gonna be enough. This is our time. This is our dimension. All your good intentions don't mean nothing now. This is why we fight. This is our redemption. Every wasted lesson taught me how to fly. This is our time. This is our time. There's gotta be a better way. From what I got to what I gave away. I lost it long ago, but that was long before I'd known. Every rule can still be broken. Everything that's closed can open. And everything that's meant to be can change. No, it's never gonna be the right time. You're never gonna be the right kind. It's never gonna be enough. This is our time. This is our dimension. All your good intentions don't mean nothing now. This is why we fight. This is our redemption. Every wasted lesson taught me how to fly. This is our time. This is our time. Once upon a yesterday, once upon an everyday before, we were told the way it is. We were told the way to live. This is our time. This is our dimension. All your good intentions don't mean nothing now. This is why we fight. This is our redemption. Every wasted lesson taught me how to fly. This is our time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2016 Hot 6 Season 1 Final of the GSL. Finally, the moment has arrived. This is war. New history will start tonight. Tonight, we will show you the new beginning. Are you ready for the war? The first GSL in Legacy of the Void. Do you wish for TY's victory? Do you want Zest to become the champion? Now, it's time to meet our two heroes.
참 오래 기다리셨습니다. 여러분이 원하시는 결승전 세컨드 2 GSL.
Guys, welcome to the finals for the 2016 GSL. And here we are at COEX Auditorium, and this is Sojang with Castor Park.
And Tasteless and Artosis, it's good to be down here. We're finally in our first finals.
And now we're going to have TY and Zest from KT Rollster up on stage to have the best interview ever.
That's right. Sojang's gonna get this translated for you guys. We're gonna see their thoughts and feelings before we enter this match.
An epic match indeed. Cannot wait for it, guys. This is all that matters right now on Earth. Everybody better get in here.
That's right. You know, frankly, I think this could be the best finals we've ever had in StarCraft 2.
This guy has been waiting for 10 years. It's TY from KT Rollster.
The best Terran in the world.
Absolutely.
He is just unfathomably strong. I just can't wait for this match.
Yeah, it started out as a very, very young pro gamer. I believe he started his career at 11. And he's finally here in his first finals. The first finals for Legacy of the Void. A lot of pressure here, a lot of hype as well.
And of course, his opponent is going to be coming out here as well, a teammate. The best Protoss in the world by miles and miles.
Yeah, that is undisputable. Zest is a phenomenal player, and he has been doing very well recently. A lot of people are saying that he is the favorite here, but we're going to find out if that's actually the case. Again, these two guys are teammates. So they've trained together a lot, but obviously that training had to stop once they both managed to get into the finals. And here we're going to see how they're going to try to outsmart and outmaneuver each other.
No doubt, two of the smartest players we've ever had as well. This is a very special time to be a StarCraft 2 fan, to have these two rise so far above the competition.
All right, we're going to go to the interview now. Sojang, take it away.
And now we have both of the players up on stage. Now we're going to be talking to the player. Now first, TY. It took 3 years for us to win after his debut.
남았습니다.
but it's his 10 year. It's been 10 years for him to make it to finals.
타고난 곳이라는 많은 전문가들의 이야기가 있었는데요. 전태양 선수 그걸 이겨내고 결승전 무대에 올라왔습니다. 주성욱과 오늘 대결 펼치는데 현재 심정은 좀 어떠세요?
일단 저는 10년을 기다렸기 때문에 그
I waited
누구보다
10
간절하고
years, so I'm desperate that no one.
꼭 우승할 수 있을 거라는 생각을 갖고
So I have this thought that I can do it. Definitely.
주성욱 선수는 이야기를 했죠.
Well, Zest said,
스타크래프트 2 전태양이 배웠습니다만 우승은 내가 먼저 했다고. 이 강한 자신감의 주인공이 주성욱
well, Zest
선수인데
has shown
사실
strong
최근에
confidence.
프로리그 경기를 봤었을 때 눈빛이 뭔가 죽은 듯한 그런 느낌이 있었습니다.
Well, his pro league game hasn't been that good recently.
선수를 봤을 때 확실히 이 자리에서 GSL의 최고의 선수 내가 될 것이라는 확실하게 선언할 수 있으세요?
Let's see if he has a
성우경이
confidence.
굉장히 훌륭한 선수인 건 맞지만
Well, Zest is a really great player,
해준다고 많이 하더라고요 주변에서. 그래서 이번에는 제가 주인공이 되지
but
않을까
this time
생각해요.
I will be the champion. I'm going to be the main character of this
우승을 차지하겠다는 이야기를 했습니다.
competition
하지만
tournament.
주성욱 선수는요, 전 세계 몇 명 안 되는 로얄 로드의
But
주인공이자
Zest is one of the royal roaders,
다시 한번 오프라인 무대에서 주성욱이 최강임을 증명할 자리거든요.
and he's one of the best Protoss player ever.
일단 오늘 이 좀 결승 무대를 멋지게 만들어 주신 GSL 관계자분들한테
Well,
너무
thank you for
감사드리고
GSL staff members for making this finals amazing than ever.
우승을 해서
Well, I
이
wanna win,
무대를 좀 제 무대로 만들고
And I want to
싶어요.
make this stage mine. I want to win. make it
전태양이 뭐
mine.
생각을 안 해요. 주성욱 선수 이 자리에서요, 전태양 상대보다도 스태프분들에게 감사 말씀
Well,
전했습니다.
Zest isn't thinking about TY at all. He's just thanking the staffs already, thinking that the stage is his already.
아니
thinking that he's won.
오늘 확실하게 여기서 형이지만 선배 아닙니까 선배. 오늘 경기
TY is actually 선배, you know, like older than him
이
career-wise.
정도로 예상하고요. 성우경이 준우승하고
Well, he should be in
울지만
second
말았으면
place, and
좋겠어요.
I hope he doesn't cry when he
울지만
comes to
말았으면
second
좋겠다.
place. I think he's referring to that SK.com match when Slayer Foxer came in second place and he cried.
이야기 들어보니까 눈물바다가 예상이 되는데요. 주성욱 선수가 생각하는 전태양 선수는 어떤 선수죠?
Let's see what Zest
최근에
thinks
좀
of TY.
잘하긴 하는데
Well, recently he has been
저는
doing good,
그보다
but
훨씬
still,
잘하고 있어가지고
I've been doing better than him. Well, way better than him.
태양이가
So,
좀
TY.
버텨줬으면 좋겠어요 최대한.
버텨줬으면 좋겠다.
Well, I hope TY is able to stay
전태양 선수
well up against me
제방향으로
as,
찌르면서 그
as
진영을
much as
깨놓고
he
프로토
can.
손발이 묶는 그 전태양을 그냥 낮게 평가하는데요. 왜요? 그 원천이 뭐예요? 자신감의 원천.
제가 더 잘하니까.
Well, he is evaluating him as a low player because he says, well, I'm just
2007년
simply better
데뷔를
than
했죠.
him.
학생복 스쿨리그를 시작으로
Well, after
여러 번
elite
도전을
school
했습니다만 멘탈이 안 되고 준비가 안 되고
He hasn't been
타고난 게
ready.
없었고
TY just
가진 게
hasn't been
없어서
ready. He
결승 무대
didn't have
못
anything
올라왔는데
to make it
이번
to
시즌
finals.
달랐습니다.
But this season,
오늘
it's been
마지막으로
different.
주성 선수 앞에서 한 말씀 해주고 싶은
Let's see
이야기가
what he's
있다면요.
got to say.
일단
Any last words?
결승전인 만큼
Well, he says,
정말
this is
멋진
finals.
경기했으면 좋겠고
I really look forward to
이렇게 좀
entertaining games.
10년 동안 기다려주신 팬들을
And
위해서라도 꼭
for the fans
오늘
who've been waiting for
우승하겠습니다.
10 years, I will win this tournament tonight.
주성욱은 누가 뭐래도 제왕입니다.
Well, Zest
최강의
is the
프로토스죠.
king no matter
오늘
what.
마지막 각오한 말씀을
Let's see what
부탁드리겠습니다.
he's got to say.
일단 좀 제가 집이 먼데
Well, I'm
좀
far
먼 자리
from home.
찾아온
And
가족들한테
thank
너무
you for.
고맙고
I want to thank
그리고
my family
친구들도
who's come,
와줬거든요,
and my
오늘.
friends are here
그래가지고
tonight
꼭
too. So I really
네.
want to
우승으로 보답하고
win,
싶고
pay
그리고
back with
이렇게
this
많은
win.
팬분들이
And
오실지
thank you.
몰랐는데
I didn't really
멋진
expect a lot of fans to
경기력
come
보여드려서
to
꼭
the auditorium tonight,
우승하겠습니다.
and I will pay back with the win tonight.
이제 주사위는 던져졌습니다.
And now the dice
결승전
has been
무대는
rolled.
자식한 일만 남아있지요. 전태양 선수
What's left
팬분들은요
is the game,
오로지
are the
전태양 한 명만
games.
보고 10년을 기다렸죠.
TY
이
has been
10년간의
waiting
한을
10
담은
years
응원이
for this
기다리고
place.
있습니다. 오늘 경기를 펼치기 전에 이 전태양 선수를 사랑하고 아껴주신 이 수많은 팬분들의 그 응원의 함성,
Now
그
let's
응원의
see how many
함성을
people are
지금
supporting
들어보겠습니다.
TY right now.
우승자는 노력으로 되는 게
Now
아니다.
these are like the
슈퍼
fan
같은 그런
performance
완벽함이
provided by
있어야지만
GSL
우승을 차지할 수 있다.
tonight.
수많은 주성 선수
Let's
팬분들은 그런 생각을 하죠.
How many
강력한
people
우승
are
후보
supporting
로얄
Zest,
로드의 주성
the
선수에게
Royal Roader?
여러분 아낌없는 응원의 함성을 보내주십시오. 이제 결승전만 남았습니다.
And now the final.
GSL 역대급
And the only
경기가
things that
계속
are
나오고 있죠. 과연 GSL 고대스의 역사를
Who is
새롭게
going to
쓸
be
선수가 누가
rewriting the
될지
history
여러분의
of
열정과
GSL
역성의
for
함성으로
legacy
결승전
of the
대결을
void?
시작!
And now I'm going to be handing it over to Artosis and Faceless. I'll be back.
Great
later,
work as
guys.
always, Sojan. Thank you so much. Artosis, we are finally here.
We are indeed. It is going to be as epic as anything you guys have ever seen. Get out there, spread the word, because the GSL Codes Finals are starting now.
That's right. Do you have any predictions before we go into this?
It's so hard to predict this. Everyone's
Yeah.
saying Zest. I understand why they say Zest. It's not so easy. TY is the best Terran in the world for a reason. I think it'll be close.
Let's
Leaning
see what
towards
happens.
Zest.
All right. All right, we are going to go right into this. For the part of that interview we saw that was very interesting. TY saying he does have the endurance. Zest, very confident. I can't say I'm too shocked by that.
No, Zest should be confident. This is probably the most impressive thing. Yeah, we've seen ST win a whole championship without losing a game, but it was a different time, a different place.
That's right.
Everyone is so much better, so much smarter than they used to be, and this is like Zest is just unbelievably fantastic.
You know, he looks like the best Protoss we've ever had, all the way back to 1998 in the early days. He just looks untouchable.
He absolutely does. He is the best Protoss that we've ever had. Like, when you relate him to how good he is compared to everyone else at the time, Zest right now, in my opinion, as someone who's followed professional Korean StarCraft forever, is the furthest ahead anyone's ever been. So, really excited to see him, but let's not forget TY. Literally in December, we were saying he was going to win Code S. In December, and here he is in the finals with an astounding record, the best Terran play that we've seen easily.
And I think his play has developed, as he was saying earlier. Initially, TY would be identified as a player who just harasses really well and has some good builds. Zest saying he's not strong in the late game, but I think we have seen TY develop, and I think he is going to be pretty strong.
Well, I mean, if Zest wants to give that a try, I would welcome for Zest to let TY get into the late game, because that is where he thrives right now, and that's where he's likely to pick up all his victories against Zest tonight.
I think it's going to go either one of two ways. It's either going to be a very close series where either TY or Zest comes out, or it's going to be one-sided Zest dominating. Zest is looking very scary right now.
Yeah.
I really thought in the semifinals against Deer, I thought that was going to be much closer, and it was not the case at all.
Okay, you know, this is basically what everyone is saying, right? It's like, okay, it could be close, but maybe Zest is going to wreck. What TY said in that interview is very accurate, that there are like a million Zest games that you can watch.
Yeah.
You can
a lot
analyze
of
his style
information
to
you
a
can
T.
mine from, a lot of data out there.
Yeah, and there are little bits of holes in places, and I think that TY is going to show us some of that tonight. And the thing is, like, a lot of the ways that Zest kills people is either A, in the late game, where TY is amazing, or B, by killing them as soon as they falter. And TY does not falter. This is the safest Protoss there is.
Also important to note, TY is a player who is not generic in his builds like a lot of other Terrans we've seen out there. He'll have very specific builds that he can only do in certain starting locations on certain maps, and he'll do them perfectly.
Yeah.
And Zest is somebody who's also certainly not afraid to do some proxies and stuff like that, even on maps where he maybe doesn't have to.
Yeah, you know, that's going to be something very interesting for tonight. Through a best of 7, you definitely have to mix up your builds. Overall, Zest really prefers macro type openings, but I think tonight we will see some proxies. I think we will see some rushes and some really sneaky ways that these two are going to try to hide tech on each other's, because they're both so good and they know each other inside out.
And let's highlight that again here, because these guys are both teammates. They live together, they train together, they discuss the game together, how they view it, how to win. And in a series that could go for a lot of games, they're going to have to really be outmaneuvering each other. There will be mind games we might not even be able to pick up on that these two are dishing out on each other.
Well, I mean, this is, it's going to be awesome to see. You know, a lot of times when we have these team kills, it's like just pure mind games, and I wouldn't even mind seeing that this time, because they are both like these indestructible forces. So if for one of them to kill each other is going to be something the rest of the world can learn from.
You know, we really could not have asked for a better finals.
Yeah.
I mean, this really is ideal. The story is just incredible. Zest has been coming out over the past year or two, playing so well, so scary. And he definitely has his own play style. It doesn't seem like it's modeled off of any other Protoss player. And then TY, I moved to Korea, I moved here about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was casting this guy when he was like so young.
He's a little
He
kid,
looked like
man.
a little baby.
Yeah.
And here he is now.
That was his ID even.
Yeah, that's true. His ID back then was Baby. So if you watch Brood War back in the day, you remember a player named Baby. That's TY now.
Yeah.
Can't keep that ID forever. Eventually you get older.
And as he was saying, he feels like he's the legacy of Flash.
That's a bold statement, Artosis.
I mean, he used to, you know, kind of be under Nada as well, who Flash is kind of the legacy of, just to throw that out there. Like, this guy comes from a strong Terran line, and he's really showing at this point. He's hit his stride. This is his peak, and I want to see if he can take down his first championship
It would be an incredible story. We saw their Zest, 10 wins.
Yeah.
Against Terran there, pretty terrifying. A lot of people saying he's got this matchup solved, he's got it figured out. I don't know, man. I just want to get into this game like right now. I'm like so excited.
Yeah. Look, this first set is really, really important. Dusk Towers is the most turtly map that we have. It's the one where you can really play the long game and just not die if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Everything is very easy to expand to. Everything's very easy to defend. And both these guys are just masters of the late game. So I think we're going to be able to see who is bringing what type of style in game number 1. Is someone going to try to throw the opponent off because it is a macro map, or are we going to get to one of those long games?
There's so much that goes on in a best of 7. Stamina is very important. You got to be able to keep your focus in for what could be hours down here. You got to be able to mix up your builds. You got to be able to keep them thrown off. When you start out a series like this, obviously they both have strategies and builds prepared, but they're also searching each other for clues.
Yes.
Okay, how is he actually playing right now? What is the way he's going to approach this map? How's his control on this given day?
Yeah, it's pretty wild, man. Can't wait for that. So you think it's going to be either Zest-sided or very close?
I think
give
Zest
me
will
a
take
number.
this.
Give me a number.
4-3 or 4-2.
For Zest.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's a pretty solid guess
that's a
right there, yeah.
pretty fair guess.
The thing is, when I look at, like, who is going to... Do you think anyone's going to have nerves and, like, fail because of the pressure?
I think if somebody does, it would be TY.
Why?
Well, it's taken this long to get here.
Okay.
And, I mean, you know from playing in tournaments just like me, you know, when WCG would come around, it's like, okay, I've played all year for this. Everything's on the line. This is that tenfold. And for some people, that pressure works. They harness that energy, and they channel that into the game. For others, they get anxious, and they can't focus. They can't do their strategies the way they want them to.
All right, well, we'll see if you're right, Tasis. Looks like we're getting into game number 1.
All right, let's do this. This is the first ever Legacy of the Void GSL Code S Finals with TY versus Zest. In the upper right, in the blue, our Protoss player in the GSL Code S Finals. His whole career has built up to this moment. Our Terran player in the red.
Guys, get out there. Hashtag GSL.
Damn
Let
right.
everyone know every corner of the internet must be alerted by air, by land, or by sea. Guys, this is an epic moment. Legacy of the Void, the best StarCraft has ever been. And these two players, as far away from the rest of the pack as you can get.
Yeah, they both dominated in the semifinals, which is not that normal. Normally our semifinals are usually very close to series, and then occasionally you end up with somewhat of a lopsided finals. But in this case, they just tore through their opponents to get here.
You know what else is really funny is the round of 8, everyone tore through everyone else as well. So it was like, okay, everyone's already like really far separated, the top 4 from the top 8.
Right.
But the top 2 from the top 4 is even further separated, which doesn't even make sense. Like mathematically, try to prove that. Okay, it does. It's crazy how strong these two players are. But let's take a look at how they're opening up. Looks like very standard opening here from Zest with a rather quick mothership core, whereas TY just a fast expansion with reactor into that factory.
Yeah, he is going to be getting an adept out here to come out and poke. Again, this is a map where you can really turtle if you want to. So you can just stay back, defend, and occasionally the map even gets cut in half. We're going to look for indicators as this game goes on to see if they will, either of the two players will be bringing the game in that direction.
Now, I want to point something out here. Zest's opener couldn't be more safe. To get a mothership core this early and then go into a robotics bay is super safe. If anything crazy TY was trying, it just wouldn't work with that pylon on top of the ramp and the mothership core there.
And also here from TY, a very conservative play. He's actually going for a 3rd command center now inside of his main. So these guys both showing a lot of respect early on here in game 1.
And this build that TY is doing, he has not done in Legacy of the Void Pro matches yet. Reactored Hellions with a 3rd command center behind it. A little bit different, but you know what? You've got to throw Zest off some.
That's right. The more different the build is, it's going to put Zest on a different road. He's going to have to be playing a lot more off of instinct. We do see TY getting close to coming up the ramp here. Looks like he wants to poke up with these two Marines, and the two Hellions are going to come up here. The Hellions then go by. Both Hellions going through. The Adept in pursuit. Probes being pulled.
Oh, one of the Hellions actually gets caught, but great micro here. Unfortunately, the Adept does get one of those Hellions. The other one is still loose in the main, though.
Yeah, he needs to do any additional damage possible right now. The Hellion right now at orange HP. Coming around now, he needs to just get a few more kills. You have to make sure the harass actually pays for itself.
And did that pay for itself?
It did not. That was, yeah, that lost way too many minerals to the two Marines and the Hellions and did not kill the probes. Bruising them is not enough, guys. You have to take them out. So far, a great play here by Zest.
Well, the one thing we definitely can say is that TY got a good scout off there. He knows that Blink is most likely what's going to be on the way. He knows the Robo is there as well, but he's going to be defensive here. Also, he's making a bunker, and, you know, that's just kind of a safety thing that TY loves to do. He wants to make sure, no matter what, that he's not going to be taking damage.
Okay, the Observer has now come to the Terran's base. He's peeking and he spots that command center. That's a big tell right there. So he's going to know that the Army production is going to be a little bit later, but it's going to come with a little bit more muscle behind it once the economy begins to kick in. Over here, Zest is taking a third base and now getting his Warp Prism. Now, he might be using the Warp Prism in a pin technique to keep this hovering outside of the Terran's base. If Terran decides to leave, he sends the Warp Prism in. And this puts Terran in a bit of an uncomfortable position here, where they have to play by the Protoss' rules, at least for a little bit.
Yeah, now, something big has already happened here. TY missed some supply depots. He's been supply blocked for a little bit, so maybe a little bit of those nerves we were talking about, Tasis, coming to the forefront, whereas Zest, after scouting that quick third command center, the fact that his opponent's going for an immobile siege tank, throwing up a couple forges, really kind of doing everything he can to take an advantage at this point in the game.
Yeah, you know, you could practice StarCraft your entire life, but once you get in that booth and the world's watching, it's a different beast entirely. That's a whole other thing you got to master. We now have the Warp Prism coming in here.
Not just that, Zest is taking the quickest fourth base I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's really, really fast. He's dropping down over here now. 3 Stalkers in an Adept, an unusual composition to harass with. Picks up and backs out. And yeah, let's talk about that again for a second, Artosis. That's a very fast fourth base.
Well, he's truly studied TY and what TY is all about. And when TY likes a fast third command center, he loves to sit back and get a huge army before moving out. So this is an opportunity for him.
He's actually just letting each Stalker take a little bit of extra damage, and he just knows that he can basically keep these bruised Stalkers and still keep the Terran pinned back there. A pretty bold move coming there from Zest. This fourth base is nearing completion. I don't believe that TY has scouted that just yet.
This is some pretty awesome play, man. Zest really powering up this point. He's going to have to make a ton of units, because when TY starts walking across the map, his supply is going to be out of control.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried. I think a push from TY, and it looks like that's going to be happening right now with Zest, I think, spotting that with the Observer. Oh, excuse me, no, he's backing up. But a push coming from TY could possibly smash Zest. I mean, that greedy fourth, we saw at one point in time he was making 5 gateways at once.
Yeah.
To try to play catch-up after getting that other base.
He's powering up as quickly as he possibly can. A lot of this game looks like Billowy versus TY from Pro League earlier this week.
Yeah.
And that means that we know what TY is up to. He is going to be moving out, and he is going to be trying to hit everywhere at once, pulling Zest's army apart.
No scan from TY. Usually we do see scans from Terrans with that Observer always just out there. He's got the Warp Prism in position. He wants to meet him here in the middle. He wants to slow Terran's progress. But, of course, Zest is also going to know when it's time to back up and when it's time to engage.
All right, well, he is out here to try to catch pieces of this army. Does push back the main piece of the army, but a couple medevacs that are empty headed towards the main. Some nice mind games here from TY.
Yeah, TY actually backing up. And meanwhile, Zest continuing to power up, doing a great job on the double forges. One Stiff Marine does scout the location now of this fourth base. I'm wondering if that's going to change any of the behaviors here from TY, seeing that's up and running.
You know what? TY is going to have to do something pretty soon, I think, Tasos, because Zest has 2-2 on the way. He's about to have Glaives. That's going to be done before TY can do anything, but when that 2-2 finishes, that's a pretty big advantage for Zest.
Okay, he's going to send these 2 Liberators off here. He's hoping to peel off some of the Protoss army coming up here. The Liberators going around to the bottom right. Meanwhile, this army over here in the middle. Zest actually, I think maybe overextending there a little bit, does come forward.
You know, he's trying to zone this army out as far as he can, buy himself some extra time, but the Liberator harassment is beginning. Liberator at that fourth base, another one flying back.
He wants to pull this army back here from Zest. He wants him to start heading back home, and then he's going to try to push in here and possibly take out the third or the fourth base. But Zest does not do either of that. He pushes forward with his army here, confident his Warpins can take out those Liberators. TY relocates over here to the bottom right, and he may be able to outmaneuver Zest here if Zest isn't savvy to what's happening.
He's trying to go for that fourth base, but Zest's army is right behind him. He saw him going up. Here we go. TY targeting out the fourth Nexus. Really be able to get it.
He's hitting it hard right now. Warpin's coming in and around. He picks up what he can. Headed northbound now. Looks like he's going to be going for the third base.
Oh, if he can get this Templar Archives, that's going to be a huge pickoff. In the meantime, a Liberator in the back. Already 10 probes killed. And the Storm
yes,
taking it out.
The Storm, absolutely beautiful. Another pickup here. Zest continuing to try to pursue. Dropping now over here at the third base, unloading a lot of probes that could be killed. Mothership core goes down.
And it looks like TY dealing more and more damage. Even Stalker's getting caught here. TY is everywhere, and Zest cannot deal with it.
And another attack over here in the center right. Nothing to defend. The Nexus very low. A small number of Stalkers comes up. It blinks away. It's not enough. And the fourth base goes down.
TY's multitasking completely out of control so far this game. This kid is a literal god, Tasteless.
Another pickup over here. He goes back to the upper right. No fourth base from TY, by the way. But TY doing what we've seen him do and doing it better than we've ever seen it before. He actually managed to outmaneuver Zest, take out that fourth base, making it a three-base versus three-base game for now.
That's exactly what TY wants. He has started his fourth command center, whereas Zest has not restarted his Nexus. So if TY buttons up the hatches right now and doesn't take any counterattack damage, he's going to be in a fantastic spot moving forward.
And of course, when you're doing this style of play from TY, you got to be really careful because you know, harass like this, it's a double-edged sword. You can do a lot of damage and really come out ahead, but if you start to lose those medevacs, you don't make good trades, then you are in a sense behind.
Well, right now we do have two War Prisms out on the map. TY kind of sees it. He's still in the middle and moves this Liberator up for a little bit of harassment as well. Looks like it won't get as much done. But those Prisms, I'm a bit worried for him. If Zest gets a depths in your main, you are going to be hurting.
Yeah, well, especially at the phase of the game right now. He's got so many gateways. He could warp in a ton. No, TY doing a very good job monitoring the progress of the building of the Nexus over in the center right. He's going to have to make a decision very soon here. Does he try to attack that fourth base again? This is one way that Terran can win in this scenario, is just to keep taking out the fourth over and over and take a very late fourth yourself.
Well, right now, TY is just really working on that Liberator count, trying to catch up in his upgrades, and taking his fourth base.
Oh, this
so
is
once he
big.
has that secured, that is going to be fantastic for him.
Really good job here, taking out this Warp Prism. That removes a lot of options to come back here. And it looks like we have a Blinken right now, hitting these Liberators. Liberators backing up. All three managed to stay alive.
Look at that. We do have High Templars in this Prism as well. That definitely could result in a lot of damage. Zest coming down right now, and this is not a planetary. Those Liberators not ready either. Zest dropping the hammer here on TY's army.
Those were two perfect storms. The Warpins come in. The command center has to be picked up. We do see Zest is trying to target it down. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it in time.
It looks like TY was just barely not ready with his defense there at the fourth base. Some great force fields from Zest. TY having a backup once again, but does not lose the command center.
Oh, there's a small counterattack going on over here in the upper right. He might be able to take out the Nexus. That would be much bigger than the attack that Zest just did, since the Nexus obviously can't float away here.
And it looks like with these Widow Mines there as well, might deal some additional damage if the army comes up to stop him. Probes starting to go down, all the warping units taken out, and now the Nexus looks like it'll fall.
The Nexus is getting low. The Nexus does go down, losing about half his army in the process. Another big win there for TY.
Amazing play here out of TY. This has reached into a macro game like we were hoping for, Tasteless, and TY showing that he is no weakling in that, as Zest was saying.
Another pickup over here, keeping these medevacs in the bag, just trying to hit anywhere that Zest is not. And in this process, TY has actually managed to secure his fourth base once again.
It looks like he's going to pick off quite a few stalkers here while his Marauders getting healed up by the Medivacs. More units being warped in, but he's keeping Zest busy. Zest with the counterattack here.
The command center's very low. He's got the SCVs that are there trying to repair. TY uncertain if he should attack down there or not. It looks like he loses those SCVs, but he manages to keep the command center safe. That was a very tough decision to make. TY handling that perfectly.
Seriously, he was. This is how Zest is staying in this game right now. He continues to force back that fourth base. He's killed over 20 SCVs while forcing it to lift up and retreat. So some great moves here by Zest while he remakes his fourth Nexus.
Right now, supply is 165 to 172. Another drop coming in over here on the right, and TY now pushing up in the middle, gunning down the Observer. Beautiful play. And Ninja vanished there. He then backs up.
And in fact, we have a couple of mines still here. He is trying to get that cannon, but TY going after this fourth Nexus again. Zest having a hard time. Zest does not look like he'll be able to save it.
Well,
or he will save it.
Indecisive play there from TY. Going for a lot of the probes. He picks up and runs back over here again. And once again, every time TY is in, oh my God.
Oh, looks like a Doom drop is incoming, but a couple of high energy, high Templars could make a problem, but TY right now dropping here at the fourth base again. He's trying to draw Zest's attention to the fourth base.
Whoa! The fastest feedbacks I've ever seen, taking out a good amount of those Medivacs, but the drop continues on anyways.
The Liberator's set up as well, going to be very hard for him to clear. In fact, his army is sought a position, but the Mothership Core is here, and those Photon Cannons doing a great job.
Yeah, he does take out that pylon there. Does not look like Zest has been able to get back over to this area just yet. A lot of important tech back here. If Zest loses his tech, it's going to be very frustrating for him to try to remake all of that and get back into the game. Protoss supply right now, 163 to 170 here for Terran. Still a neck-and-neck game right now. Zest going all in for a counterattack.
Oh, definitely very close indeed. Here's Zest go.